Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, Honourable Prime Minister, Honourable Ministers, Honourable Leader of Opposition, Honourable Members of Parliament. Madam Speaker, I thank you for giving me this opportunity to take the floor to deliver a ministerial statement in my capacity as Minister for Lands and Mineral Resources. Madam Speaker, as we are all aware, the mineral resources sector is widely recognized as an emerging sector in Fiji, and it therefore has a lot of potential to become one of the key sectors for growth in the future. In Fiji, Madam Speaker, mining activities are currently focused on gold, bauxite and iron sand. And however, there are numerous prospects in a number of other valuable mineral resources which are yet to be explored. Madam Speaker, the benefits from mining activities will be enjoyed by the owners of the land where the resources are being mined. Madam Speaker, the Fijian Constitution provides an unprecedented and unique opportunity for landowners to benefit in the form of fair share payments. The Ministry will ensure that this benefit will be realized. Madam Speaker, a Mineral Development Technical Committee has been established or was established to provide a fair determination of this particular benefit. And that committee, Madam Speaker, comprises of stakeholders such as the Ministry of Itoke Affairs, Itoke Land Trust Board, Itoke Affairs Board, the Ministry of Lands and Mineral Resources, Ministry of Environment, Fiji Revenue and Customs Authority, Ministry of Fisheries, and the Solicitor General's Office. Madam Speaker, the committee has undertaken intensive consultations on the fair share payment, which is pretty much finalized, and the outcome of which will be submitted to Cabinet soon. And moving on, Madam Speaker, Fiji again is increasingly experiencing a high frequency and intensity of unpredictable natural hazards, such as earthquakes, for example, and the recent earthquake off the coast of the western part of Fiji is case in point. This demands that the enhancement of our earthquake and tsunami monitoring system, and therefore the Ministry has in place a 24/7 operation of the Earthquake and Tsunami Observatory. Madam Speaker, the full-time monitoring of natural disasters will enhance the preparedness and public safety for earthquake or tsunami occurrence. The Earthquake and Tsunami Monitoring System is currently functioning and operating using the Fiji and Regional, that's the Oceania Regional Network System called OSNet, seismic network. This network allows for wider detection and more accurate information and data. This enables the Mineral Resources Department to monitor local and regional seismic events in real time, and we are now enhancing the system from detection to the dissemination of warnings. Madam Speaker, also the government has secured funds from the SPC's GIZ coping with climate change in the Pacific Islands region. It's called the CCC PIR, and that is to install 5 tsunami warning systems and for capacity building in early warning systems. And furthermore, the Fijian government will work with the Pacific community to identify appropriate installation sites that will facilitate early warnings in the event of a tsunami threat. Madam Speaker, new technologies are changing the way we do things and sharing information and data, obviously. And last November, the Ministry launched the interactive web GIS product known as Vanua Geospatial Information System. This Vanua GIS is a web portal platform that shares technical and geographic information that was previously paper-based. Now, all information can now be assembled digitally in one web portal and accessed by authorized users with the click of a button. And this information is centralized to facilitate in planning and decision-making in the sustainable management of national land use activities. And the GIS also makes a difference, Madam Speaker, in disaster preparedness, as the GIS technology has helped the government to create a digital map all evacuation centers post TC Winston. Madam Speaker, another key role of the Ministry is to ensure that communities have access to cleaner water. And to this end, the Ministry in 2016 drilled about 16 boreholes with 5 reticulations completed for the larger islands. That is 4 in the Northern Division at Kiombo, Ravi Ravi, Namalata and Kumbalao District School, and one in the Western Division at Ra High School. And a total of 608 individuals and 81 households from these communities are benefiting from this particular government initiative. These boreholes offer families a cleaner water source, meet the basic needs of the people in the area in accordance with Section 36(1) of the Constitution, the right to adequate food and clean water. Madam Speaker, there have been some questions from the opposite side of the House on foreshore leases and the benefits to resource owners, and allow me now to enlighten this august House on this particular subject matter. Madam Speaker, all foreshore leases are administered and issued by the Ministry. They provide the highest benefit to the traditional fishing rights owners, the Ngolingoli owners, in accordance with Section 29 of our Constitution. So foreshore developments provide subsequent benefits to the Itoke Ngolingoli or resource owners, such as compensation for their loss of their fishing rights. And this compensation, Madam Speaker, is determined by the Department of Fisheries through a fisheries impact assessment. And sometimes it's actually determined by an independent party at the choice of both. Investors also enter into agreement with the Ngolingolians for other incentives, including entering into joint partnerships in business with the respective owners. And it also provides employment to the local coastal communities that help improve their livelihoods. Madam Speaker, never before have there been any attempts by any government to put in place plans and policy measures to safeguard and streamline foreshore developments. The Ministry, for its part, has established also a mangrove management committee and comprising of all relevant stakeholders from within government and NGOs and the University of the South Pacific. This committee is pretty much finalized the mangrove management plan, which will guide the development of our mangrove forests throughout Fiji, ensuring that we strike a balance in the development and protection of our mangrove forests. Madam Speaker, all the activities that the Ministry undertakes is done with a sustainable message in mind. Sustainable, Madam Speaker, does not just mean one thing, and hence we can undertake these, when we do undertake these exercises, Madam Speaker, it does take a little bit of time, mainly because of the importance of the conservation of our environment. In terms of resources development, we ensure that people undertake activities in a sustainable manner. And Madam Speaker, for the information of this House, we found a developer who was not doing this particular, taking into account the sustainable manner that it should have been done in, and that was in Sovi Bay. Immediately put a stop notice on him for going overboard with his development. Madam Speaker, as Minister responsible for lands, I'm also tasked with regularizing informal settlements. And last week, you would have all witnessed the issuance of approval notices for informal settlements in Vakadengu, Naitata, Tokotoko, and Wainavindio subdivisions in the Navua area. A total of 68 families received their approval notices with joy, and now they have a protected and a secure future. And to date, Madam Speaker, the Ministry has issued a total of 217 approval notices, 72 for the Western Division, 77 for the Northern Division, and 68 for the Central Division. And the regularization of these informal settlements strengthens the government's commitment to the Fijian people, Madam Speaker, to have access to land, essential services and infrastructure. And the issuance of these lease notices brings security and freedom to participate in community life and creates a legacy to the next generation, Madam Speaker, to provide much longer planning horizon for business and resource entrepreneurship and enables people to be financially independent. Madam Speaker, the government's policy on regularization of informal settlements and granting of security of tenure will continue, and it will continue in the following areas. In the Central Eastern Division, it's Velau Drive, Kinoya, Naulu, Nakasi, Wainandoi, Navua. In the Western Division, we're looking at Field 40, Phase 2, which is Latoka and Natambua Tramline, Latoka and Tavola Street and Ba. In the Northern Division, Bodha 1 and 2, and Walimusanga, and Vitandra and Navaria and Samsavu. Madam Speaker, as part of ensuring that also that landowners are able to maximize benefits from their resources, the Ministry also coordinated a one-day training on financial literacy for the landowners of Nawailevu bauxite mine last week. The training aimed to enlighten the landowners on the various ways they can invest their future generation fund to generate funds for their future generations. Financial institutions such as the Unit Trust of Fiji, the Life Insurance Corporation of India, Bank of South Pacific, and Westpac Bank made presentations to the landowners in their respective products. And landowners were able to discuss investment opportunities that suited them. Madam Speaker, in my capacity also as Minister for Industry, Trade and Tourism, we will ensure also that the landowners participate and benefit from the targeted micro and small medium enterprise trainings to ensure that the landowners continue to maximize the benefits of their resources. Madam Speaker, since service delivery also is one of the key components and key responsibilities of the Ministry, my Ministry is currently also implementing its new organizational structure and standard operating procedures, which will streamline processes for effective decision making, and capacity building programs for staff are also being rolled out. And all these improvements will impact positively on the overall service delivery of the Ministry to all Fijians. Madam Speaker, just to conclude, the Ministry's activities are driven by its vision of vibrant, equitable, dynamic management of our lands and mineral resources for a sustainable environment, economic future. This vision, Madam Speaker, embraces the climate change philosophy and in support of Fiji's COP23 presidency. Madam Speaker, on a lighter note, I know that there were questions being raised earlier on about the resources. And might I just point out, Madam Speaker, that this particular blue book that I have in my hand, in my right, and those 20 volumes of laws of Fiji, and this particular Fiji First government make sure that everybody's resource will always be protected. I thank you, Madam Speaker.